Does anyone else have a question? Okay, yes, ma'am.
We'd like to hear from each woman on the panel, just maybe a simple tidbit of how you overcame the fear of, say, handing it over to like a seamstress or wherever you're weak in, hiring somebody that has that strength.
To put it simply, I mean, just get out of your own way. I mean, that's as simply as I can put it. I mean, trust me, I'm a DIY freak. I mean, I still change the oil on my own car. I don't even take it to, the auto places. I mean, I'm as bad as it gets. So, I mean, yeah, that was something that was hard for me. But I realized, I was sabotaging myself. And it's like I wake up each morning and look in the mirror and it's like, Heather, get out of your own damn way. And that's something that, one of those weaknesses of mine that I've just learned to overcome. I mean, you have to do it so you can scale beyond yourself.
I think she's pretty much going to sum that up for all of us. Get out of your own way. And I actually shared the same fear that you were talking about with asking for money. And as a nonprofit, we all know that is a problem. And that's all we do is ask for money. I always feel like I'm begging all the time. I was like, man, I beg. That's what my job is. But finding someone who was an expert at fundraising, interviewing people and finding someone who shared my vision, that was really, really important for me. And it took a while. I must say it wasn't overnight, because people don't buy into what you do and feel the same way as you do about your organization. But finding someone that, and I'm still in that process, and I think I've finally gotten to a point where I know the way I'm going to go with that and the person that I'm going to continue to use. But being able to find people to stay in your corner and say, hey, these are the people that you can hand those certain tasks off to. Being able to delegate and getting out of the way is really the key to most businesses being successful, the ones that tend to flounder because they want to do everything on their own. We really are not we shouldn't think that we're super women where we have to do everything. In order for our businesses to grow, we have to add people and those experts to that.
Monica?
If you're that concerned about it, I would have them sign a non-disclosure agreement. You could get one, copy of it online and just have it maybe notarized, but yeah, like they said, eventually it's just going to be kind of, you pretty much have to get out of your own way. That's like the best description I can think of, so.
Yvette?
I think one thing is you have to know your weaknesses. I call myself the chief creative officer of my company because I'm always creating. I'm always creating relationships, new products, new designs, new things. But I also had to come into terms with what I don't do well. And one of the things that I don't do well is I'm not a numbers person. So one of the things that I had to do is I had to find someone that can do my accounting and keep my numbers intact for me, because I would spend hours, painful hours, doing something I hated. But it was keeping me from where I made my money. It was being creative and building relationships. So you have to know your weaknesses. And the other thing is, I mentioned before, your passion and your purpose. Well, I'm going to throw the third P out there, is prayer. You just have to have faith. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in the things that you're doing. And you have to learn to have faith in other people too.